You thought about giving up yesterday, I know. You sat on the edge of your bed, looked at the ceiling, and told yourself you couldn't take it anymore, that you were tired, that no one understands, that everything you tried didn't work. You cried in silence so no one would hear. You asked for a sign and thought no one was listening. But today, I need to tell you something that will change the rest of your week, your month, and perhaps your entire life. The Almighty sent me here to deliver a direct message to you. He said, I know you felt like giving up yesterday, but today I have come with your healing. This isn't just a pretty quote for your status. It is the truth. You are watching this video now because something brought you here. You were going to scroll past, watch something else, go to sleep, but you stopped. And you stayed. That doesn't happen without a reason. In the next few minutes, I will show you 3 things. First, why this urge to give up knocked on your door right now in the middle of your life, after your 35th, 40th, or 50th year. Second, what is happening inside you on a spiritual level, even if you can't see it. And third, the most important, the healing that the Almighty is releasing today upon you. At the exact moment this message reaches your ears, do not leave, do not pause, because what comes next was tailor-made for the pain you are feeling, and you will understand why. I will start with the symptoms, because you need to recognize yourself. You wake up tired even after sleeping 8 hours. That fatigue that isn't in the body, it's in the soul. You open your eyes and already feel the weight of the day before you even get up. You drink coffee, but the coffee doesn't wake you. You take a shower, but the shower doesn't wash away what's inside. You go to work, smile at those you meet, answer "I'm fine" automatically, but you know you aren't. You spend the whole day thinking about how many bills you need to pay, who disappointed you, how much time has passed, and how many things you still haven't managed to do. At night, you lie down, pick up your phone, scroll through the feed for an hour, watching others' lives seem more beautiful than yours. And then comes that tightness in your chest, that lump in your throat, that urge to cry for no apparent reason. But there is a reason, yes, and you know it. You're just tired of admitting it. There are more symptoms. You've lost the taste for things that used to excite you. The music you listen to doesn't touch you anymore. The place you like to go has become dull. The people you loved seem distant, even living in the same house. You isolate yourself. You create excuses not to go out. You invent reasons not to answer calls. You say you're busy when in fact you are exhausted inside. Your mind stays in a loop. Why did my life become this? Where did I go wrong? Is there a way back? Does the Almighty still look at me? And then an even more dangerous thought enters, the one you never tell anyone. The thought that maybe it would be better to vanish. Not die, no, but vanish. Disappear from the world for a bit. Leave everything behind. Hit the road. Forget who you were. Start over from zero in a place where no one knows you. You've thought about this. And you were scared by the depth of that thought. Calm down, you aren't crazy. You are reaching your limit, and the limit has a spiritual name, crossing. Now I need you to pay attention, because this is where many people get lost. You think you are in depression, in burnout, in a midlife crisis, in a bad phase. There might even be a bit of all that on a biological level, but there is a deeper layer that no one tells you about. When a person passes 35 and starts to feel this emptiness that nothing fills, it is almost always because their spirit is asking for passage. It is saying, enough. Enough of living on autopilot. Enough of carrying what isn't yours. Enough of pleasing those who never pleased you. Enough of paying bills you didn't incur. And the body, which is more stubborn than the soul, resists. The body wants to continue the same way, because that is what it knows. Then this short circuit happens. You are alive on the outside and dead on the inside. You are functioning, but you are not living. And that is exactly the point where the Almighty enters. Because the Almighty never arrives when we are fine. He arrives when we break. There is a passage that says, "He is close to those who have a broken heart." A broken heart is exactly what you are feeling. It is not weakness. It is the sign that you are ready to receive what didn't fit in you before. Think of hard, beaten, dry soil. You throw seeds on top and the seed doesn't enter. You have to plow first, you have to turn it over. You have to hurt the soil for it to become fertile again. Your pain from yesterday was the plowing. The thought of giving up was the final blow to open the ground. And today exactly, the Almighty is casting the seed. You just need not to close it again. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. Its name is How to Know If You Are Saved for Judgment Day. This book did not reach you by chance. I feel that this video ended up in front of you because you have been asking silent questions that no one has answered. You catch yourself staring at nothing and wondering if the Almighty still sees you. You fear for your children, your husband, your wife, your elderly parents. You feel that you have a spiritual responsibility over your home, but no one taught you how to exercise it. The book will show you the real signs that separate those who are being guarded from those who are walking toward perdition without realizing it. I have already received a message from a lady in Springfield who said that after reading it, she returned to sleeping in peace for the first time in 2 years. I received one from a father in Nashville who said he managed to talk to his teenage son about faith after months without a connection. The link is in the description of this video and also pinned right at the top of the comments. But I warn you, this content could be taken down at any moment because there are people who don't want this truth to circulate. If the Almighty put it in your heart to get the book, don't delay. Go there now, secure yours, and write, Amen, I receive it, down here to seal this moment between you and Him. Now let's go to the next level. I need to show you where this urge to give up came from, because it wasn't born yesterday. It has been accumulating for a long time, and you only felt the explosion now. The first cause is what I call emotional debt. You spent your whole life holding on to things you should have let out. You swallowed tears to seem strong. You swallowed anger to avoid trouble. You swallowed dreams to not be seen as selfish. You swallowed desires to please family, church, neighbors, your boss. Each swallowed thing became a weight. And the weight, after years, becomes illness. It becomes insomnia. It becomes high blood pressure. It becomes anxiety. It becomes this urge to run away that scares you. Your body is asking you to return what was never yours to carry. The second cause is what the Bible calls an unequal yoke, but which I will translate to the reality of the States. You are living with people, in environments or routines that drain your energy. It could be the marriage that has cooled down and turned into a partnership of bills. It could be the job you hate, but don't leave because you are afraid. It could be the old friendship that only pulls you down, and you keep out of habit. It could even be a relative who only calls to complain, to demand, to poison your head. You are connected to wires that suck your vitality. And as long as you don't cut these wires, or at least put a firm protection between you and them, your spiritual energy will continue leaking down the drain. The third cause, and this is the hardest to accept, is that you forgot who you are. You identified so much with your roles: mother, father, wife, husband, professional, so-and-so's child, so-and-so's sibling, that you lost sight of who is underneath all of that. When was the last time you did something just for you? Not for anyone to see, not to post, not to please. Just for you. Can't remember, right? Exactly. You became the character that others need you to be. And the character grew so much that it suffocated the real human being who lives inside you. The urge to give up is the human being screaming from inside, Hey, I still exist, look at me, remember me. And there is a fourth cause, perhaps the most spiritual of all. You are in a pruning phase. You know when a farmer prunes a tree? He cuts branches full of leaves, branches that look beautiful, branches that seem to be bearing fruit. To those looking from the outside, it seems like he is ruining the plant. But the farmer knows that that branch, if it stays, will suck the sap and prevent the good fruits from ripening. The Almighty is pruning you now. He is cutting relationships, situations, projects, illusions, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Because we cling to the green leaves even when they are draining our root. You think you are losing. You are being prepared. You think life is collapsing. In truth, it is being cleaned. Everything that won't serve you in the coming years is being taken away now all at once so you don't carry trash into the next season of your life. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. I feel as I narrate this that there is someone there, perhaps you, realizing that this pruning is happening and becoming afraid of what comes next. There is doubt hitting you inside about whether your family will be firm when the storm passes. There is that strange feeling that something big is approaching, and you don't know if it's a blessing or a test. How to know if you are saved for Judgment Day, was written to give you clarity in this exact moment. Grab the link in the description or at the top of the comments, take it to your silence tonight, and don't leave it for tomorrow. This calling is now. Now pay close attention, because what comes here is the part that will start to heal you. I said at the beginning that the Almighty arrived today with your healing. And healing, in the biblical understanding, is not just the pain disappearing. Healing is restoration. It is returning to function the way you were designed. I will give you the practical steps now. It is not theory. It is for you to apply starting today, from this night, right now. The first step of healing is called naming. You need to stop pretending that everything is fine. Take a sheet of paper or open the notes on your phone and write down everything that is hurting you. Everything. Without a filter. Without fear of offending the Almighty, because He already knows. David cursed, Job complained, Jeremiah wept bitterly. And all of them were loved by the Almighty nonetheless. You are not being a bad child when you let the pain out. You are being truthful. And the Almighty does not operate in what is hidden. The Almighty operates in what comes to the light. As long as you don't name what hurts, the pain continues to rule you in the dark. The second step is called letting go. After naming, you need to surrender. But surrender for real, not that lip service surrender we do on Sunday at church and on Monday are already carrying everything back. Real surrender is deciding, consciously, that no longer belongs to you. It is saying out loud, this here is not mine. I return it. I don't carry it anymore. And this applies to the resentment toward your father, the betrayal of your ex, the injustice of your former boss, the guilt of the mistake you made 20 years ago and still punish yourself for. The Almighty cannot fill a cup that is already full. You need to empty it. The third step is called silence, and this one is the hardest for the modern person because we live bombarded by noise. Sound in the car, notifications on the phone, television on all day for company, audio from the family group, short videos every 3 seconds. Your soul has no chance to speak to you. It is suffocated by noise. The Almighty speaks in a whisper, not a shout. Remember the prophet Elijah? The wind blew hard, the earth shook, fire came. And the Almighty was in none of that. The Almighty was in the gentle breeze that came after. You need 5 minutes a day of total silence. 5 minutes, no phone, no music, nothing. Just you, your breathing, and Him. And I guarantee, in the first week you will cry a lot. In the second, you will start to hear. In the third, you will start to find yourself again. The fourth step is called body. Your pain is not just in the soul, it is in the body too. We have a culture of not taking care of ourselves. We take care of family, friends, work, the house, and lastly, if there is any left, ourselves. Well, stop. Taking care of the body is a spiritual act. Walk 30 minutes a day. Drink water. Eat real food, not packaged food. Sleep early at least 3 times a week. I am not prescribing a diet. I am reminding you that your body is a temple, and a dirty, neglected, abandoned temple cannot manifest the presence that lives inside. When you start taking care of the body, the soul realizes that you have started to love it again, and it starts to trust you again. The fifth step, and this one changes everything, is called serving. It seems counterintuitive. You are doing poorly and I am going to ask you to serve someone. Yes, because depression and deep sadness feed on self-focus. The more you look at yourself, at your emptiness, at your lack, the more the hole grows. But the minute you look to the side and see someone in a worse situation and reach out your hand, something inside you reorganizes. It could be donating clothes you don't use to someone on the street. It could be calling that elderly aunt who lives alone. It could be helping a neighbor carry their groceries. It could be paying for a stranger's coffee at the bakery without them knowing. Serving takes you out of the center of your pain and places you in the center of purpose. And purpose heals more than any medicine. The sixth step is called word. Go back to reading the Bible even if you are far away. It doesn't need to be deep study. It doesn't need to be out of obligation. Open to a psalm, read slowly, let it fall into your chest. Psalm 23, 91, 139. These 3 have a power of restoration that you need to experience again. The word of the Almighty is not a history book, it is living food. Every verse that enters you breaks a lie you believed about yourself. Do you think you are guilty? There is a verse that sets you free. Do you think you are alone? There is a verse that embraces you. Do you think you have no future? There is a verse that restores you. Take this medicine daily, and in 30 days you won't recognize the weight you were carrying before. The 7th step, and the most important, is called deciding. Healing is not something that falls from the sky as a gift. Healing is a daily decision. You decide today that you are going to live. Decide today that you will no longer accept the thought of death as a guest inside your mind. Decide today that you are a child of the Almighty, and that this identity will pull you up every day. Decide today that your family needs you whole, and that you will fight to be whole. Decide today that the enemy of your soul has already tried to knock you down 1,000 times and failed, and will not succeed now, because you woke up. And those who wake up in the Spirit do not go back to sleep the same way. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. I know you are absorbing a lot at once, and I know there is a voice inside you saying that maybe it is all true, but that it will be difficult to apply alone. You will not be alone. How to know if you are saved for Judgment Day is the practical continuation of all this. It is the guide that takes you by the hand after this video ends. It is where you will find the detailed signs of who is under the Father's covering and who needs to urgently adjust their course. I couldn't put everything in a video. It wouldn't fit. That is why this material exists. The link is right there in the description and pinned at the top of the comments. There are people who got the book last week and sent messages crying, saying they had peace for the first time in years. There is a mother who reconciled with her son. There is a couple who started talking again after months of silence inside the same house. It is not magic. It is the presence of the Almighty when we open space for Him to enter. Get it now. Don't leave it for later. There are things that if we delay, we miss the right time. I know you are tired of promises that don't come true, tired of empty motivational talk, tired of pastors asking for money, tired of coaches promising wealth. I understand, and I guarantee you that is not what I am talking about. I am talking about the simplest and most powerful encounter that can exist between you and the Creator, without an intermediary, without a stage, without a spectacle. You in your corner with your pain, receiving your healing. That is what He came for. That is what this message reached you for today. And I need to tell you something that few have the courage to say. You have been through a lot, but you are here. You were betrayed, but you are here. You lost people, but you are here. You buried dreams, but you are here. You were rejected, ignored, underestimated, and you are here. This is not luck, this is not coincidence, this is divine sustenance. There is a hand holding you when you don't notice. There is an angel warding off worse things that could have happened and didn't. There is a purpose being guarded inside you, waiting for the right moment to explode. You thought you were surviving, you were being prepared. I want you to imagine something now. Imagine yourself a year from now, not in fantasy, not in illusion. Imagine yourself for real after having applied everything you are hearing here. You wake up different. You have purpose. You can sleep the whole night because there is nothing weighing on your conscience. You look at your family and feel proud of what you built together. You have money to pay your bills with peace of mind because the Almighty opened doors that were closed. You have true friends. You laugh at your own jokes again. You sing in the shower. You feel the desire to live. That person exists. They are inside you, waiting for you to take the first step. And the first step is today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not New Year's. Today. Because there is one thing that no one tells you about time. Time does not go back. Today only happens once. If you sleep on this message, if you close the video and return to yesterday's routine, you won't have this spiritual window that opened now back. Another one will come, of course, the Almighty is merciful. But this one here, was made to measure for you. That is why you are here. That is why your eyes are tearing up now while you listen. That is why your chest is lighter than it was at the beginning of the video. It is confirmation. It is presence. It is a calling. There is one more important thing. There are people watching this who lost someone recently. Father, mother, brother, child, friend, husband, wife. And this pain of loss is mixed with the rest, making a bitter cauldron inside you. I want to tell you, longing is not a punishment. Longing is love that has nowhere to go. And until you allow it to turn into prayer, it will turn into weight. Turn every memory into gratitude. Turn every tear into surrender. Those you love and lost don't want to see you like this. Those on the other side want to see you alive, planting, smiling, carrying their legacy forward. Honor them by living. Honor them by returning to have joy. There are also people who carry a heavy guilt. You made a big mistake in the past. You cheated, you lied, you stole, you abandoned, you failed. And for years you have punished yourself in silence. You think the Almighty doesn't forgive you because you don't forgive yourself. Listen to one thing. The Father is greater than your mistake. Always was, always will be. Peter denied him 3 times and became the foundation stone of the church. Paul persecuted Christians and became the greatest evangelist in history. David committed adultery and murder and was called a man after the Almighty's own heart. There is no sin that the blood of Christ does not cover. There is pride that does not let us accept forgiveness. Let go of the pride. Receive the forgiveness. Go live. And for you who have a heavy financial problem, who has a bad credit score, who doesn't know how you will pay next month's rent, who looks at an empty fridge and cries in secret, I need to tell you that the Almighty has not forgotten your house. It may seem like it, but He hasn't. Scarcity is temporary. Abundance is a vocation. You were made to have more than enough, to make it overflow, to bless others. There is provision coming. There is a door opening. There is an opportunity coming from a place you aren't even looking. But you need to be whole to grab it when it arrives. That is why emotional healing comes before financial healing. The Almighty will not give you a large harvest if your house is on fire inside. First, He puts out the fire. Then, He gives the harvest. And to close this part, I want you to say out loud in the place where you are now, even if it seems strange, I receive my healing. Today now I receive it. I free myself from everything that held me back. I return to living. Say it. There is nothing ridiculous about this. The word has power. The entire Bible says that. When you declare it, heaven moves. When you stay silent, the enemy continues to rule. Take back your place of speech. Take back your life. Now I reach the moment that is perhaps the most delicate of this video. Because you heard all this, felt every word, and now comes that thought. But I will forget. Tomorrow I go back to the same thing. I can't keep it up. I understand you, and that is exactly why this encounter cannot end here. You need material that keeps reminding you, day after day, of who you are, who called you, and where you are going. Without this, the emotion of this moment dissipates in 3 days. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you. How to Know If You Are Saved for Judgment Day is your personal map for this new phase. It shows you the real signs that you are being guarded, helps you identify what still needs to be pruned in your life, gives you specific prayers to shield your family, and gives you clarity on how to go through the difficult times that are coming to the States and the world. The link is in the description of this video, right in the first item, and also pinned at the top of the comments for you to find easily. This content is for a symbolic value, precisely to be accessible, and there are people who acquired it and report transformation in less than a week of reading. Don't delay, get it now. This is the type of calling that if you ignore, you will regret later. Let me help you continue what started here today. I want to end by giving you a certainty. You are leaving this video different from how you entered. It may not seem like it now, but something has changed. An internal door has opened. A lock that was rusted has unlocked. It may take a few days for you to feel the full effect, but the work has begun. I ask you one thing. Tonight, before sleeping, say a simple prayer. No need for pretty words. Say, Father, I have come. Take care of me. Just that. And go to sleep. You will wake up tomorrow with a different feeling. Not everything will be solved at once, but something will be lighter. Repeat this for 7 days, and tell me later. Before you go, I need to ask you 3 things quickly, because they make a difference. First, leave a comment down here. It doesn't need to be long. Write just, I receive my healing. This phrase, when you type it, becomes a seal on your heart. It becomes a testimony, and it helps other people who will arrive at this video after you to understand that they are not alone. Second, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and turn on the bell. It's not about numbers, It's because the next videos will continue this journey that started today, and I don't want you to miss out. Ring the bell so you receive the notification as soon as it comes out. Third, share this video with a specific person you know is in need. You're already thinking of them while I speak, aren't you? Send it. It may be that this person is exactly at the point you were yesterday, thinking of giving up, and your sending it could be the help they needed to receive. And to close, remember what the Almighty said at the beginning. I know you felt like giving up yesterday, but today I have come with your healing. This was not a catchphrase. It was a promise, and a promise from the Almighty does not return empty. The healing is happening inside you now. You may not see it, but He sees it. You may not feel it all at once, but the work is being done. You are loved. You are seen. You are called. You have a mission. Your family needs you. The States needs people like you awake spiritually. Don't give up. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever again. Get up, breathe, start over. That is why I prepared the powerful digital book for you, How to Know If You Are Saved for Judgment Day, to accompany you on this walk that started here. Get the link in the description or at the top of the comments today before you close your phone. And write down here, Amen, I receive my healing to seal this pact between you and heaven. I will be waiting for you in the next video. May the Almighty continue to take care of you. Until then.